Hello community, welcome to the Barcelona match review. Barcelona drew against Olot 1-1. Of course, the very first game of Barcelona in this season, 2022/23 season, it began with a draw. And again, it's not anything bad. Of course, we were just doing this as an experiment. Xavi was using players that he probably won't get a chance better than this. The La Masia players, as well as some new arrivals as well who were tested, like Franck Kessie, Pablo Torre. They were as well tested in today's match. And we saw some early sensations, early signs what these players can provide to the team. So of course we'll be talking about that. And of course, how was the play style? What is going on in the match? We'll also talk about that. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Against PSG leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, it plays it inside. Great tackle, but he's finished off by Xavi. It's good from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the Chelsea.
So first of all, let's see the lineup. And Ter Stegen was on goal as expected. The fullbacks were Serginho Dest on the right, Alex Valle on the left, the La Masia player, which again we'll be talking about him later. Mika Marmol and now Casas were our centre-back duo. And the midfield three was of Nico, who was the lone CDM, Pablo Torre and Kessie as the centre midfielders, and Abdi on the right side of the wings, Elias on the left, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leading as that striker. So it was going pretty good actually. In first 20 minutes, the sensations, the signs that the play style, how Barcelona were playing, you could clearly see the play style, the tactics that Xavi was trying to implement in this match. When I was see, I'm not gonna drag this too much, okay, but there were some early sensations of like that prime Barcelona. Not really. I think it's not a very much similar like prime Barcelona. Prime Barcelona, insane. There was just monsters. But this one, you could see like Xavi was having that mindset when he was going with those players, those play styles, that 1-2s with between, like Pablo Torre, Franck Kessie. They were having those 1-2s connections between Kessie, Aubameyang, Elias when he was coming on the left, shifting on the right, and then having those 1-2s with Dest. You could see that type of play style that he was adopting, which you were seeing that in prime Barcelona. And this was probably the playstyle, like, the tiki-taka classic one, but it was really a solid one, in fact, because normally when we go for this playstyle, there's lot of misplaced passes that usually happen because, the passing has to be crisp. It has to be short and crisp, and it can, for long balls as well, it has to be really accurate and stuff for it to work. And from the youngsters, like especially like Pablo Torre, from Kessie, they were doing really well in this job. They were crisp in their passing. They were doing those plays with the wingers, as well as Aubameyang as well was sometimes coming into deep. He was trying to link up. Aubameyang was more so like a number 9, in fact, or not exactly as a striker, because he was actually being involved into the creativity, the playmaking, which was going on. By Pablo Torre, Kessie, he was actually helping them. Then, of course, Serginho Dest, Alex Valle, the fullbacks also had a very solid game. I think Alex Valle surprised me, in fact. This guy really has a lot of talent, lot of promise. He was, once again, just like almost every player in today's match, very crisp in the short passing, as well as he was linking up really good with Abdi on the left. Most of the times Abdi was on the left and Elias on the right. But yeah, they used to shift mostly. But when Alex Valle, he had a good game. I think he linked up good with the midfield, with Abdi on the left hand side. So it was going pretty okay, nothing really spectacular, but there was positive signs. It was Barcelona having a lot of possession, like they had, I think, around 65% possession, and Olot had around 35%. It was going pretty good. And of course, the goal as well as came in the first half, and of course it was by the man Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but the assist was insane from Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. That was an amazing assist. I did not expect that from Ter Stegen out of nowhere, because I know Ter Stegen's ball distribution has been questioned when under Xavi, because Xavi, of course, did say that his ball distribution has to improve. But goddamn, under Xavi, he improved so good that you just saw brilliant of an assist like that for Aubameyang. That was brilliant. That was amazing. And Aubameyang also shot from like so far away. It was like really clean and good. Aubameyang also had a couple of chances other than that goal. He had a header. As I said, like there was creativity coming in, and that was really good to see. Like Pablo Torre, Kessie, Ilias as well was really looking flair on that side. Abdi, I would probably say he was doing his best, but the problem was I think he was trying too much. I think he gave that burst in pace, sometimes, which was difficult for the Olot defenders. But most of the times he was doing mistakes. Like I think he was going too solo-ish, if you know what I mean. Like he was not linking up with the team a lot. Like he was, of course, passing and stuff, he was. But like when it was necessary to cross, he wasn't crossing at the right time. That's what I saw from him. So yeah, other than that, I think the defense as well was pretty good. Like Dest, Alex Valle, they did good while going front. I think Alex Valle probably defensively he was a bit he had its struggles, but I think offensive wise he was pretty good. But Ana Ocasas, Mika Marmol, they did also a very good job together to keep that back line strong. Of course, lots of clearances, tackles were made by Marmol and as well as Ana Ocasas. They did a brilliant job in that centre back position. But one, of course, mistake came from Mika Marmol, which was the penalty. And yeah, I mean, he's a youngster, you will probably find his mistakes, and it probably sadly happened from him. And Olot, of course, scored that penalty. So it ended up 1-1 as first half ended, and many players changed up as well as the second half was coming up, because teams usually shift completely or a lot by second half in these friendlies. But first half, good sensations, and I think probably Pablo Torre, Kessie, Alex Valle, and I would say Ilias as well did quite good, and Dest as well. I think these people did good. Nico as well. I didn't talk much about Nico. I think Nico Gonzalez as well had a fair game. I think he was a bit rusty in terms of passing. I think he was misplacing a lot of passes. But it is understandable. He had injury, he didn't have much game time, he's playing after a long time. That rustiness will be found. But yeah, of course, Aubameyang with the goal, and it ended up 1-1 in first half. Now second half, of course, the players changed, and there were some players from the first half which was still there, but most of them changed up. So Ter Stegen was, of course, on the goal. Our fullbacks this time was Fabio Blanco, and Valle was still there. Actually, Alejandro Balde was also introduced in this match, mostly as I don't know actually what type of formation Xavi went with. I think he went with probably like a 3-back formation with Alex Valle probably as a centre back also, because Balde and Valle both were there, and both are left back. So I think so it was like a 3-back formation or something like that. But Alejandro Balde was brought in instead of Pablo Torre and Kessie. Pedri and I think Marc Casado came up, and Pjanic also replaced Nico. Then from left hand side, I think it was Ansu Fati, Alex Collado on the right, and Aranda as that striker. But he was mostly shifting up as left winger. Mostly with Ansu, he was shifting up in that centre forward position. And second half was also alright. I think these again, Pedri, as he came on, tried to show his amazing signs. As usual, Pedri doing Pedri things. Just passing, going through defenders. It was good from him. I think Alejandro Balde had a really good run. But I think Alejandro Balde probably needs more game time. I think this guy needs more polishing. I don't see him bursting into the first team yet. I think he definitely needs more improvement. And comparing him to Alex Valle, who I think, to be honest, Alex Valle was quite good in the offensive wise. Not the best again, not the best as well. I think he also has a lot to improve. But I see that Alejandro Balde probably has to improve a lot more in offensive wise, and I think Valle did a good job compared to him in the offensive wise. Defensive wise, I think Balde was better, I think so. But nonetheless, the comparisons, I think Alejandro Balde did a fair job, decent job. Ansu Fati, well, couldn't see much from him. And second half, it was pretty much the same playstyle as well. So I don't want to talk much about the playstyle, because it was same, those 1-2s with the players, and not many great link-ups were happening in the second half. I think in midfield it was quite good. Like Pedri, Casado, and Aranda were linking up quite good. Collado as well from the right hand side. He had a good contribution. I think in terms of bursting through, in terms of the playmaking, I think he had a good game today. And Aranda, well, he was mostly like, striker or number 9 and a left winger. He was like shifting. He was sometimes coming as a midfielder as well. So yeah, Aranda as well was having a fair game. There was actually a good opportunity from Marc Casado. Actually, Marc Casado gave like a long ball to Alex Valle, I think, and Alex Valle had shot it. Unfortunately, it went to the crossbar. The goal couldn't happen. And Pedri had 2 chances as well where there was a really good ball, I think, from Alex Valle as well. He gave a pass to Pedri. Pedri was just like, bursting through, and he was trying to roll through the keeper, but of course the keeper caught it. And there was another chance as well for Pedri in which there was like a chaos going on in the box, and then Pedri was trying to go for the chip over the keeper, but of course that as well couldn't happen. But yeah, Pedri, of course, doing Pedri things. Marc Casado, actually, I feel like in terms of midfield though, I think he can definitely improve a lot more, but he has promise, he has talent as well, definitely. Then Pjanic was there. I mean, Pjanic, I didn't see anything special from Pjanic. It was just Pjanic was just there. Chadi Riyad came as a centre back as well. I think he did a quite good job in that centre back position. Arnau Casas, his ball distribution is really good. In second half as well, he portrayed good ball distribution. I think definitely he also had a really good game. So yeah, a lot of players actually had their good days today. From second half, probably the star players, maybe I would say like Pedri, Casado for that good long ball or that chip he gave to Alex Valle. Alex Valle second half as well. I mean, yeah, he was there. It was okay. Balde was decent. I think Aranda was quite good. Yeah, I think Aranda was also quite good. Alex Collado was really good. Of course, he's one of the star players with Pedri. And I think maybe I would say Arnau Casas as well. I think Arnau Casas, his distribution is really good. And of course, the goalkeepers will change, Inaki Peña. So that was really good from him as well. So yeah, good signs from the players. Of course, the star players, as I mentioned to you guys, from first half, second half, good talent as well from most of the players. Really promising talent. More improvements is needed. But yeah, I think definitely this was a decent game from Barcelona. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and more reviews will come up soon. And if you enjoyed it, of course, like, subscribe, share, do all the stuff. I really appreciate it. Really, I'm doing my hard work for this grind, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace. Forza Barca.